Okay, let's do this tier list for Nioh 2 and its download content since I've just beaten a bunch of bosses on this game. Gonna drink my green tea. Alright, let's get started. Right, this dude, Ashia Doman, I think it is. He's the precursor to the lightning gods of Yomi. I mean, I didn't really struggle with him that much. I would say he's probably a C tier boss, maybe B. But honestly, I don't think he was that difficult. Next one is Inenra. I would actually say he was one of the earlier bosses, and probably I would put him at A. You find him, I think, 3 or 4 times in the rest of the game in different missions and submissions. But the first time you face him, he's definitely a lot to handle, so I'll definitely have him at A. We got this one is the giant dude, so Dai Darabochi, I think his name is. He was a big boss, but I don't think he was that difficult. I'm going to put him at C. Now this next one, I remember when I first faced this massive insect, Gyuki, it absolutely kicked my ass, but after several tries, it actually was quite easy to do. I'm probably going to put it at a B. Alright, here's the final boss of Nioh 2, Otakemaru. I'm going to put him at S tier, because he's got a lot of different moves. It's an amazing boss fight, perfect for the end game, and yeah, he's definitely up there as one of the best fights within Nioh 2. Next we've got Kasha, the wheel boss. Pretty cool fight. I would say not too difficult. I'm going to have that at a C. Alright, so the next one is the precursor to Otakemaru. You've got Kashin Koji, and this guy is a beast. He absolutely wrecked me. I'm putting him at S tier. Probably before Otakemaru, he was just, especially his phase 2, you think you've killed him and then he resurrects and then he just comes after you. I remember that fight, it was a tough one. Right, so this one, what is this one? Is that the spider boss? I think it could be. Tsuchigomu, the spider boss. Pretty cool fight on the DLC, but not that difficult to see. Now I think this one is either Mizuki or Guzuki. I'll say it's Guzuki. This one I'll put at B tier. And then who else we got? Yatsuno Kami. So one of the earlier fights, the big snake boss, it was difficult because you're still learning how to play the game. I'm going to put this at A tier. Alright, some of these human bosses at least, are quite easy. Imagawa Yoshimoto, D tier. Kamaitachi, the little cat thing, hiding behind the trees, B or C? It wasn't that difficult. I'm going to say C. Alright, next one is Saito Yoshitatsu. Again, these human boss fights are not that difficult. A D. Now this is Mizuki. I think he is a bit easier than Guzuki, so I would probably put him at C tier. Alright, so next one is Skaru Hachisoka Koroku. You fight him twice in this game. Fairly easy. Gonna go D tier. Alright, this next one, I remember this one. This was a beast. Tataramoki, the bird owl. Kept flying in the air. One of my longest fights. I think it took me about 6 minutes to beat him. This is going in probably B tier. A tier, B tier? Nah, B tier. Just because it was so annoying. Right, next one is Tsukaharu Bokuden. Yeah, fairly simple, fairly easy, going there. Alright, so this one I definitely is going up in the top here. Shuten Doji, one of the hardest fights for sure. S tier. Would I put him before Otakemaru? Definitely not before Kashin Koji, but I'll keep him there for now. Maybe Otakamano's a bit harder, but definitely one of the top ones. Alright, the next one, Magaranao Taka. The Ice Boss, maybe a B tier. I didn't think it was, definitely not A or S. He was somewhat manageable, so B tier. Shibata Katsue. He had these two axes. He was pretty tough, I think. He had that massive charge. I'm going to put him at A tier. Alright, this next one, Azai Nagamasa, going to D tier. Saika Magawichi, also in D tier. Mumyo, that is so easy, one of the easiest fights in the game, D tier. Next one, Lady Osakabe. She was pretty tough just because she's a massive tower or castle with these eyes, the tentacles. I'm going to put that at A tier because I did actually struggle a little bit on that one. So this is definitely, everyone's going to have their different opinions on this. This is a representation of my fights that I've had, and I'd say definitely she would be in the A tier. Okay, Onryoki, one of the best fights in the game. Fun, definitely, but manageable. I'll say that's maybe A or B tier. Maybe B tier. Or A. Wow. Maybe B actually. Alright, so this one, gotta remember what was this guy called again? Ryomen Sukuna. Alright, Ryomen Sukuna. He had the twin heads back and front. You couldn't ever attack him from behind. He was definitely, I'd say, B tier. Fun fight. Maeda Toshie, D tier. All these humans, definitely bottom. Alright, so we got the Tokichido, the demonic version. I don't think it was that difficult. C tier. And then the human version of Tokichido, again, probably C tier as well. William, definitely one of the easiest fights as well, D tier. Alright, Mysterious Warrior Monk, also known as Benkei, one of the best fights in the DLC. You know what, I'm putting that at S tier. He was tough. He was a tough boy. And he kicked my ass many times. Alright, next one, another DLC boss. And I think it was a big giant one. What was his name? Unmin Yudo. A tier. Then we got the lady Minamoto no Yorimitsu. She was tough as well. Now, would I put her in S or A tier? She kicked my ass a lot, to be fair. Maybe even more than some of these other bosses. I'm going to put her in S tier. Then we've got the DLC end boss of DLC Pack 1, Minamoto no Yoshitsune. He's going in S tier. He probably would be, I might even put him up near the front. He was a fun one. Maybe here, I'd say. Alright, Nioh DLC boss. I'm gonna put him quite low. He was easy, D tier. Hattori Hanzo, easy, D tier. White Tiger, had a few tries on him, maybe B tier. Alright, now this is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Lightning Gods of Yomi. I'm actually going to put that right in the front. The lightning resistance was tough. You have to basically fight him with the best talisman, Lightning Stop. Making sure you can get elemental damage reduction up there, but he took me a fair while to beat. One of my longest fights. Got Giant Toad, and you know what, Giant Toad is one of the bosses that probably kicked my ass the most actually. I'm putting him at S tier. Probably might disagree, but he's definitely, you know what, I'm actually going to put him second. Even before Kashin Koji, because this Giant Toad kicked my ass. Get close, kick my ass. From the distance, destroyed me. I think it took me at least 40 tries to kill this dude. Alright, Ren Hayabusa. Now a lot of people are going to put him in S tier. I think a lot of people consider him one of the hardest bosses, a DLC boss, but you know what? It only took me a few tries to beat him, so for me, it's going to be A tier. Probably get a few disagreements on that one. Alright, next one is Tate Iboshi. This one was one of the hardest bosses ever in the DLC, and I'm probably going to put that, I might even put that before the Lightning Gods of Yomi, as they were both tough. Maybe it'll be the top one. Oh, maybe number 2 actually. Both of them were tough though. Next one was Saito Toshimitsu. Didn't find him that difficult. Probably C tier. Obsidian Samurai, D tier. Oda Nobunaga, D tier. Alright, this is the DLC version of Otakemaru, the Nightmare Bringer, one of the last bosses of the DLC. Pretty cool fight, but would I put it S tier? I think I tried maybe 3 or 4 times to beat him. I'm going to put him at A tier. And then finally the Ancient Nioh Tengu, the last boss I defeated in Nioh 2, and she was hard. I couldn't even burst counter her, it was too quick. She's definitely going S tier, right at the top. And then it's a question of where do these list up here, but this is pretty much where I see the Nioh 2 bosses. There's a ton of more than 40 bosses in the game. Definitely recommend this game if you're looking to fight bosses, especially if you like Dark Souls or any type of boss hunting game. So that's it. See you next time.